What's up everybody, it's your boy Philip here from Spinnercraft. Thanks so much for joining me today. We got a pretty cool product review today, mainly because it's the smallest spinner that I've ever reviewed. It's called the Mini-Me, and we're gonna go to the review right now. Alright, so let's take a look at the Mini-Me by Kepler. This is a really fun spinner. Obviously the first thing that you're going to notice is the size. It's small. I mean, it's the size of like a $50. It's a very small spinner. And it's pretty cool that it's small because obviously it can fit any hand type. You can small, medium, even large hand type. Anybody can pinch something. But it's cool because it's such a discreet spinner. I mean, it's quiet and you can pretty much put this thing anywhere. I mean, this thing fits in any pocket. I mean, it can probably even fit into your wallet on a pinch. I love the size of this. Now, for those of you that are banned from bringing spinners to school, you know, definitely don't. But if you were looking for a stealth spinner that pretty much didn't make any noise and you could probably conceal pretty easily, as you can see, this would probably be the one. I mean, especially in the black. I mean, it kind of just melts into the background a little bit. The rainbow is fresh. This one's probably one of my favorites right now. And just so you can understand the size of these, here it is compared to the Executive, the Rainbow Executive, and the Secret Service. So you can see it's, you know, it's definitely a little bit smaller than the Secret Service and maybe like half the size of the Executive. So it's small and it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun that it's small. I really like that. And it's also super well balanced. Now the thing I like about it is these caps. If you check out the caps, they have a nice curve to them. And the text, or the writing rather, the laser etching, it kind of gives a little bit of grip on the finger too. So I feel that, I balance it, and even though the arms aren't long, it's got a great balance to it. I mean, I can move it around. It's pretty much not going to go anywhere. Even if, look at it, I'm shaking it. I'm shaking it and it's still not falling. It's got a really nice balance to it. And it's one of the only spinners that you can really balance on your fingertip well. I mean, not to say that that's a goal of everybody, but it just kind of shows the difference between the balance on this spinners and maybe a lot of other spinners. So check out like this. I mean, it's balanced right on the tip of my finger, not on the pad of my finger, but on the tip of my finger. And it's just a solid spinner. And I kind of am digging the funness of it. And I also like the fact that the way that the colors are, if you look at the rainbow finish, I mean, you get a little bit of the reds and the purples and the oranges there. And as it starts to come around, you get some of the blues and the greens. And I love the way that looks when you give it a nice spin. It looks really fun. I mean, it looks fun when you catch it in the sun because you can get a nice warp with it, but it also looks fun even when you go slow with it. Sometimes I like to just put this on my desk and give it a little hit. And while I'm working on something else, I just kind of out of the corner of my mind, at the corner of my eye, I can just see it spin around, and it's really a nice feature. I really love the feel of this spinner because it has such an easy spin to it. Now, no matter how big your hands are, you're able to flick this backwards easily. You're able to flick this forwards easily. I mean, it's just an easy spinner to fidget with. And one of the things that you can do with this that's kind of unique is you can do a back and then a forward, a back and a forward. You can actually flick it like this, which generally you can't do with a spinner that has longer arms. So for example, if I take the Rainbow Executive, you know, my finger's going to get caught a little bit. Like as I'm going back here, I can feel it hitting the back of my finger. So like this one's kind of meant for maybe a spin that's going to last a little bit longer, another spin that's going to last a little bit longer. You can get some fidgeting out of it, but it's a little bit different in the sense that this one, there's nothing getting caught. Your finger forward, backwards, and for those that are really into fidgeting, this one is going to be helpful. I mean, it's easy that way. If I pinch it with this and I use my pointer finger, it's just as easy, forward, backwards. It's just a real simple spinner to use. And it's just done such a great job here with also, you know, that all the edges are really chamfered nicely. It's smooth in the hand. The cap is nice as well. You've got the imprint on one side. If you're interested in kind of like that bullseye look there, you can kind of look at that if you spin the cap. Or if you flip it over, you've got the Kepler logo there, which is like the hand there. And that has a nice spin to it as well. And then of course the spinner, I mean, you can two-hand spin it. Obviously you don't need to. You can one-hand flick it. You can two-hand spin it. It's just a simple one to use. And more than anything, it just, I mean, look at that. It just looks great. I mean, this spinner really looks great. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the bearing. Now the caps remove really easily on these. You just spin them off. And here we have the back end and the front end. And as we can see, it has the same bearing lock system that many of the spinners that we offer do, like the Executive and the Secret Service, and a lot of newer spinners on the market as well. Now you can take your Spinnercraft bearing unlock tool if you have one of these, and you can just pop it in there and give it a little twist. I usually just do the rest with my finger. And once you pop the ring off, you can see the bearings in there. And it's not been press fit, it's not been glued, it just pops out really easily. And the finish is very nice. It's done all the way through, even inside the threaded area. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. It's well made, it's very smooth edges, there's no hot spots on it. It's just a great piece. And putting it back together is just as easy. I just pop the bearing back in the ring, start to thumb screw it, and then once I've screwed it with my thumb, I'll just use the tool to give it a final couple twists and make sure it's nice and tight down there. You always want to make sure this is nice and tight so the caps can fit the way that they're supposed to. Otherwise they're not going to sit all the way and you're not going to get a good spin. So popping the caps back on is really easy. I mean, basically just spins right on and you're good to go. That's it. We're back in action, and simple, easy to replace the bearings. I love the system in the Mini Me. This is really, really simple. Alright, we got about 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and as you can see, they both pretty much stopped at the same time, so they're both really balanced and really even, and that's an incredible length of time with a spinner for such small arms anyway. Love that time. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me on this review of the Mini Me by Kepler. Hope you enjoy it. Definitely go check this spinner out. It's in 3 different colors. It's available in rainbow, black, and brass. Both the rainbow and the black are stainless steel. Really beautiful, nice, high quality spinner. I think you guys are gonna really like this. Also, if you haven't joined our spinner flip contest, go to spinnercraft.com now, click on the link that says contest, find all about it. Doesn't cost anything to enter, and you get a chance to win a prize if you can pull the challenge off. So go check out our challenge contest, and love to see what you guys pull off with that challenge. And let me know what you guys think about the new Mini Me. Let me know what you guys think. For those with small hands, man, this is perfect. All right, guys, hope you have an amazing weekend. It's your boy Philip here. Peace.